Okay. All right. Let's bring it in. Just got to get the sip of caffeine. Just give me 1 second. Here we go, man. Yes, sir. MIC Podcast, episode 156, man. Where everyone is a master of their own creation. Our guest today terrorizes his opponents with an onslaught of potassium-based offense, man. We have Matthew C. Grant in the building, a.k.a. y'all might know him better as Bamana.
Yeah.
Matt, what's going on, man? Yes, sir.
My name is Bamana.
Yeah, what's
Bad
going
jokes
on?
and puns all up in your buns.
Yeah. What's going on, man? It's good to see you, bro.
Good to see you, man.
Absolutely, man. How you living? How's life been for you?
You know what, man? Life's been really good.
Right here with the mic?
Oh, right here?
Yep,
We're
yep,
good?
yep.
Okay, sorry.
You're good, bro.
Yeah, life's been great, man. You know, we're all on that full-time grind,
Yeah.
full-time slash part-time grind.
Right.
Full-time plus part-time,
Right.
you know. And but I've been in a fairly new relationship now for a little while.
Congratulations,
now.
bro.
Thank you,
That's
man.
dope.
Yeah. Shout out to Molly.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, she'll listen to this. She'll wanna shout out.
Absolutely,
Love you,
bro.
babe. Thanks for letting me borrow the car.
Yeah, that's a big shout out, man,
Yeah,
for sure. Hell yeah.
And just wrestling and
Yeah.
just living my life.
Hell yeah, bro. Are you from Pittsburgh originally, or?
So I grew up in this town about an hour away, whatever, called Greensburg.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of Pittsburgh for sure.
But yeah, I lived here in the city. In fact, Allegheny Center Apartments. I lived in those apartments when I was going to college.
Oh, okay.
Like 20 years ago.
Word. What college you go to? Did you go to Pitt or?
Pennsylvania Culinary Institute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went to be a chef, but really I just kind of went to get the business training.
Yeah,
really,
right.
And then I ran a couple of restaurants. I was a sous chef up at Seven Springs.
Oh shit.
Long time ago.
I know that chef life is just a whole grind, bro. Like it gets crazy, wild hours too. Like,
dude, by the time I walked out of that industry, I don't think I had a brain cell left.
Right, you weren't even a human being.
I
yeah,
was fried,
right.
You know, so, but yeah, and then I kind of like wallowed through life for a long time. I worked at UPS.
Yeah.
For 8.5 years.
Me, bro, you talking like I've had every damn near odd job under the sun,
dude,
bro. I've had a few odd jobs, so
dude, I can change your tire and
you're right,
and tailor your shirt.
Yeah,
I
all under one roof, right?
Yeah. You could probably do that too.
You're right.
Your TV.
Hell yeah, that's funny as hell.
Like I did everything, and then a couple years ago, Jesus, this is like almost 10 years ago now. I moved to Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And I started doing improv comedy.
Yeah.
And somewhere around the way, that's when I met a former guest of yours, Tyler Ray Kendrick.
Hell yeah. Shout out to TRK.
Yeah, shout out Tyler. How you doing, buddy? I know I still owe you a plate of fries. but anyway, like somewhere along the way, like I was always a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And what was the WrestleMania where Stone Cold came back recently? Was that 30?
And like stunned Kevin Owens, right?
Yeah,
right.
That was 38, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna just defer to that. That's because like that string of WrestleMania is kind of a blur.
Right.
Like that don't like it feel like that happened in like one WrestleMania. Like fucking it was like 38, 39, and 40 felt like they just happened like in one WrestleMania, low key. Like
that was like Roman's big title.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, facts. Yeah.
So like, but I remember that one specifically because that was the one because like the rumor was Austin's gonna wrestle.
Right.
So like he wanted to see Austin wrestle, and I was like, I could sense that he was starting to be indoctrinated into that world.
Right.
I was like, oh, let me come over for the Sunday night show.
Yeah.
And that was the night that Sami Zayn wrestled Johnny Knoxville.
Oh shit!
And
okay,
they had
yeah.
that insane jackass match.
Right.
And I knew immediately he was hooked.
Yeah.
So then it was like he kind of became a huge fan, and then he decided that he wanted to train. I'm not.
No, bro. Do your thing, brother. Do your thing.
Well, he started training over at 880. Shout out to MV Young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, all right, all right.
There you go.
So like this. Okay. I got you.
There
I
you
got you.
go.
Okay. So shout out to MV Young.
Yeah. So like, was it your homie that kind of first got introduced to MV, and then you just like
Yeah.
by nature of that, like
Yeah.
Okay.
He started training and with MV, and I decided to. He just seemed so excited about it, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go take a look. Like originally, I talked about being Tyler's manager, in some kind of role, but then like I started doing it, and I was like, nope, I'm fucking doing this.
Yeah.
Can I swear? Sorry.
No, bro. This Mikasa is Sukasa,
Okay,
bro.
okay.
You're chilling, bro. Speak freely, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. So
yeah, and then I started training, and now I'm wrestling.
hell
So,
no, bro.
yeah.
Yo, absolutely. And thank you for even just taking us through that. I just even want to kind of dial it back. Like, when do you first remember like forming a relationship with wrestling? Was it like it wasn't like the moment that like you kind of took your friend to the show? Like it was like way before that, right?
Oh, it was way before
Yeah,
that.
right.
I often tell people that like the two most consistent relationships I've had in my life are with my mother and wrestling.
Real shit,
Yes.
bro. Real shit, bro.
Yeah.
For me, it's like my mom's, anime, and wrestling, bro. Those are
Right.
like the three consistent,
Yeah,
relationships.
Yeah, I've had I've had on again, off again love affairs with anime as
Yeah,
well.
right. I mean, it could do that to you.
Yeah. Well, I a little off topic.
Yeah, no.
I recently rewatched Evangelion.
Oh my,
And
bro, that's all time.
It hits so
no, that's all timer,
It
bro.
hits so differently when you're an adult, though.
Hell yeah,
It's,
bro.
like, crazy.
Have you watched Gurren Lagann before?
What's that?
Gurren Lagann?
No.
Okay, it's kind of like an Evangelion vibe. Like I said that very loosely, but it kind of has like that existential vibe to it. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Just so it's like it's kind of in that lane. Like they're honestly not similar, but there's parallels just from like seeing both. So like I think you might fuck with that if you want to watch them.
But like all those things that are like considered like nerdy.
Yeah, I mean, bro,
like I love that
same.
stuff. Like there's always like a bit of an outsider thing to it.
Yeah.
There's like a weird connotation that people be like, oh, you like wrestling,
Right.
You like that, that's we don't like to say fake.
Yeah, right.
Like it's not real.
Right.
Or like you watch anime, you like cartoons.
I never really got that, like, because that's almost like kind of going into a theater and being like, yo, Robert Downey Jr. is not actually Tony Stark, right?
I know, right?
You know that he's not the comic character. I just didn't know if you guys knew that. It's not really him.
Right.
It's like, yeah, we all acknowledge that and we all understand that he's playing. Yeah,
thing
like
about wrestling that's beautiful though is that like it's the only art form that can kind of blend around. Yeah. Where like that is the person.
Right.
I have people who come up to me now and are just like, "You're the banana." And I go, "Yeah, I am the banana."
Yeah. No, I mean, no, that's a fact.
But my relationship with wrestling started because like I grew up in I didn't grow up. I grew up in the 90s. I was born in the 80s.
Yeah.
Like so this was like the golden age of WWF when
facts
when Hogan and Savage and them were the men.
Yeah.
And I remember having this VHS tape of like the best steel cage matches.
Do you remember how you got it? Or was just kind of lying around the house?
It was just kind of lying around the house,
Yeah.
along with some action figures.
Yeah, right.
That. And I remember watching this steel cage match between Hulk Hogan and Mr. Wonderful, and they did this spot at the end of the match where they both like were, because the rules is like whoever escapes the cage first wins. Well, both of their feet hit the bottom of the floor, so like they had to restart the match.
Oh shit!
And Hogan won.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like,
right.
But I just remember just being like so spellbound by that, and then I think like around the same time, my brother got into it a little bit, and he was really into the 1-2-3 Kid.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out to X-Pac.
Yeah. Shout out to X-Pac, Sean Waltman.
Yeah.
And 1-2-3 Kid was going to wrestle for the world title on a Monday Night Raw, which I had just kind of started watching.
Okay.
And the world champ at the time was Bret Hart.
Okay.
And Bret Hart had still to this day, one of my favorite matches.
Yeah.
I went back and I'm like, man, this match aged so well.
Wow.
And then at that moment, I was like, Bret Hart is my guy.
Really?
And
Okay.
like Bret Hart was always my dude. And then like I took a little break for a while and then got into it again.
Yeah, right.
Attitude Era,
Yeah.
Austin, and then took another little break from it and then got back into it like around WrestleMania 22 when Cena was starting to become the guy.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And I have been there ever since.
Right.
Like,
no, bro, I mean, Cena, man, bro, John Cena, I love you, brother. You know what I mean? He broke my heart, man, because, like, it was just, like, the arc of his character, bro. I was so, like, Dr. Thugonomics, you know what I mean? Just, like, that whole arc. And then it's like he almost became a cop. I'm like, holy shit.
He almost became a cop.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, shit. That shit turned into 21 Jump Street, dog. I'm like, damn.
What are you crazy
shit.
kids up to?
Yeah, dog, right? Nah,
He
man,
became
John,
a
I
big
love
boss man.
no real shit,
No,
dog.
no.
That
He
shit
was like an
broke my
undercover
heart,
cop. He was
dog.
like an undercover cop.
That
man.
shit broke my heart, dog. I'm like, yo,
man,
what the
I never
fuck?
even thought about
No, John, I love you, brother. You're a legend, man. That shit just broke my heart, bro. I'm like, holy shit, man.
Yeah,
But no, I mean, you know, obviously like that.
But how much
John's
of that was
rise.
him and how much of that was Vince?
Well, then that's true, and that's a good question, man.
So,
That's a good question, man. You know, I don't know.
Less said about Vince, the better.
Yeah, I know, right?
Apparently, he's starting his own wrestling federation. So if
Dog,
you need more wrestling, just so you know, available.
Yeah, you know, bro, Vince. Yeah, man, that man is you know, just like a whole other.
Less said, the better.
Yeah,
Sure.
man, dog, it's crazy. But so you know, then thank you for that tidbit, bro. So just fast forwarding when you know your homie was starting, and you know you decided to like. How just did that journey go from you being okay? I think I'm gonna be a manager to taking your first bump to being like, oh shit, like I'm going to do this. Like
I don't know if like if the other wrestlers have described it like this, but when you take your first bump,
yeah,
it's like a lightning strike
yeah,
in your back. Like that's really the moment where like
you decide
you either say this is not for me,
right,
or I'm gonna do this.
I've heard that too, yeah.
But it hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt so goddamn bad. Like I was like, there was a moment I'm like, I don't think I can get back up. Like there was just that slight thought in the back of my head.
Damn.
And then I got up and was like, I know I'm gonna be sore, but I think I can do this.
Yeah.
And then and then started training there like once or twice a week whenever I could get. Well, this was back when 880 was located in New Kensington.
Okay.
Now it's on the south side.
Yeah.
Of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And just I don't really know. It was just like even just taking the bump and hitting the ropes. That was just accomplishing.
What do the ropes feel like?
Well, when you first hit them, it feels like you're being whipped.
Damn.
Yeah, like,
that's crazy.
That hurts too.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Get those marks on your back, and you got to callus up.
Yeah,
that's
right. Yeah. You
like,
just got to build that. Yeah. That callus.
Just like taking the bump, you got to get used to taking the bumps, and then after a while, like they hurt. All bumps hurt.
Yeah, right.
They all hurt.
You're purposely falling. It's going to be painful to an extent.
Now, like I've taken hundreds of bumps.
Yeah,
and like, sure. And it's still like, oh, what am I doing?
Yeah, right.
My body's like, excuse me?
Yeah, right.
How dare you? You're 40 now.
Bro, but even to that point, man, it's one of those disciplines, too, where it's just like, with age, you almost get better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's just like, with a lot of things that, you know, require physicality or, you know, athletics, like, there's a peak performance, which, again, that's just physicality. Like, we're human beings. Like, there's going to be a point where we're at our physical best, and like there's going to be, you know, a drop off from that point. Right. But like, it just seems like with Ric Flair was taking bumps at like 60, dog, and like not walking away paralyzed. I'm just like yo, how? Like, it's crazy.
If you're properly trained and you know how to, with like the, you know, maybe some veterans might not like that I use this term, but if you know how to work,
yeah,
then you can preserve your body.
Do veterans not like that term working? Like,
I mean, I'm not sure.
Yeah, right.
But like, I like I don't necessarily think that you need to have a Kenny Omega Will Ospreay type of match.
Obviously, bro, leave that
to get over.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Leave that to Kenny Omega and Will.
Yeah,
if that's what you want to do,
that's
right?
why they're where they're
exactly,
at.
Right, exactly.
And if you can do that,
then
great,
cool, right? Yeah,
that's incredible. But like, I'm 40,
yeah,
and like, so like, and I know that like, I started really late, so I gotta try and preserve as much as I can. Now, I'm not saying that I won't maybe take a big bump here or there or whatever, but like,
you got to pick your battles with that, yeah.
And it's just, it kind of comes down to like just being smart. That's really what it is.
Right.
It's like, you know, again, I don't know, like, if
bro,
veterans,
speak freely, bro. Fuck it, yeah.
I don't know if veterans are gonna, but like, I've watched enough wrestling, to kind of see like when someone is like got that youthful energy.
Yeah, no, sure.
And they're ready to like
take whatever bump, take whatever, do whatever spot,
fall through the flaming table.
Yeah, right. On a bed of thumbtacks.
Yeah.
yeah.
And like, again, that's great, but remember, we all have a bump count. You only have so many bumps to give, and eventually one day you're gonna take your last bump, and then then you can't work anymore. And like, you know, I'm trying to preserve it as long as I can, because I promised almost everybody that, like, in my inner circle who really cares about me, because they're obviously concerned that I started doing this at 40.
Yeah, right.
I said, like, I'm only going to do it for, like, a couple of years.
Yeah.
Just to, like, I'm literally fulfilling a dream by doing this.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Now so then when I'm done in how many years, I can be like, I did that.
Right. 100%. How long have you been active?
Less than a year still.
Get the fuck out of here, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, word, yeah. So, like, just kind of walk us through, like, just because, you know, shout out to Av, man. We were talking to Avalanche Adams, literally yesterday. And he said, like, you know, you guys just kind of get assigned, you know, certain roles. And, like, was that the case for Bamana? Was that something that you came up with? What's the origins of Bamana?
Okay. So the truth is that when I started doing this, I was thinking about doing like a more serious kind of character.
Okay. So Bamana wasn't the first one that like you landed on necessarily.
No.
Okay.
Well, then I was cleaning out my closet, and I came across the suit, and it kind of all came to me.
Yeah.
Like immediately.
Wow.
The whole idea. I played around with the name for a little bit, but Bamana. Like,
what are some of the other names that like you
like Banana Matt?
Okay.
Was one that I threw out there.
Okay.
I thought about calling myself Cuban Pete.
That's hilarious.
Coming out to the song from The Mask.
Yeah.
But Bamana. Yeah. Then I thought, like, okay, so if I call myself Bamana, then the crowd might start chanting banana, and it sounds like Bamana.
Right, yeah.
So it sounds like they're chanting Bamana.
Yeah, right.
They're chanting banana.
Yeah, right.
So
it works either way. Yeah, right.
So like it's a work.
Right, yeah, facts.
And I thought, like, you know, like I could like make T-shirts out of that. Like that's like a marketable thing.
Yeah.
You know, that would like, you know, hopefully get me booked and stuff like that. And people like,
no, definitely.
So it's going to be a fun match because the Banana's got some tricks.
Well, bro, like I even saw, like, you know, I know the other kid even wore like a banana suit, like, you know, in the crowd the one time, bro.
Dress as bananas.
Bro, absolutely. So like, it's just like an easy thing to look at and be like, oh yeah, you know, like it just jumps right off the page. Like, you know, 90% of the work is done for you. Like people are gonna remember that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's like the part that, and again, that's like. Again, like saving my bump card.
Yeah, right.
You know, like,
right.
So, like, people, like, I don't have to. And again, all due respect to people who want to do it that way, but like, I don't necessarily need to have to take a giant bump to get a reaction out of the crowd.
I agree, bro.
Just show up.
I agree. And like that's like the beautiful thing about like whatever lane you choose, however you want to go about it, whatever approach you want to take, you can do you. You know what I mean? So like there's room for everyone. I am more of a proponent of you where it's like the storytelling, like you don't necessarily have to take the crazy bumps. Like like what's the connotations of a match? Why doesn't he like this person? Like, like what's
Right.
their story? Like, just within it. Or they could just be two competitors being like, yo, I just want to beat this guy. Like I'm a competitor.
Right.
So it's just there's a lot of ways to tell a story for
Well,
sure.
The one thing that there is a lot of misunderstanding.
Yeah, please.
In a weird way with the character. So he's not a giant banana. He's a man in a banana suit.
Right. Right.
So like, what's wrong with this? Why is this man deciding to dress as a banana and wrestle?
Right.
And he thinks he's a banana, but he's not a banana.
Yeah, right.
So I kind of like want to play with that.
Sure.
In the sort of like where we just got this new thing we added to the character where like if you remove his hat, his banana stem, like he loses it.
Yes.
And, like, goes Super
Yeah.
Saiyan,
Yeah. Right.
And so we're like kind of playing. We're still kind of like playing with like what this could work out to be, but there's gonna like I also kind of like the idea that I can evolve this character.
Bro, I was even gonna say, bro, it very much reminds me of the evolution of like Shark Boy's character from TNA in a sense where it's just like, all right, the character is obviously over the top. You know what I mean? It's just like, all right, so like how do we get people to buy in? But I just think that the commitment level, to whatever the character or the gimmick is going to translate to how it connects with people. So like if you're just like, yeah, I'm just a guy and so I mean, it's gonna be like, okay, well, you're a fucking all right, that's fucking lame. Like, what I mean? But if you add that commitment, like, bro, like if you throw the banana peel in your match and like they slip on in, like,
done that before.
What I mean, like you're shouting "suck my stem," like, I mean, it's just like it's yeah, bro, like it's just the commitment, and it's like at one point, Sharkboy came out with the clam juice. And then like he's like, I mean, so it's like, once you fully commit, bro, it's just like the sky's the limit.
That's what it is.
100%.
Like wrestling is a very silly thing.
Yeah. Like foundationally, like yeah,
so
right.
Like you gotta commit.
Yeah,
whatever your
that's what I'm
character
saying,
is.
right? Yeah.
The suck my stem thing. that was an on the fly kind
dog
of thing.
Legendary, son. That shit was legendary. So that shit is hilarious.
Dog,
no, dog. That's so like, yeah, kind of walk us through, just the whole suck my stem moment. Like,
oh my gosh,
I forget who were you facing again.
So I wasn't even in the match.
Oh, should I?
It was a ladder match between. Sorry.
No, you're good, bro.
Between the Anderson Bros and Buddies Inc. And it was kind of a like it was booked to be like kind of like a crazy silly match. And they were like, "Hey, find something for MV." MV said, "Find something for the banana to do." And John came up with this idea of me doing my entrance because the entrance is kind of its own thing too.
Yeah, right.
And getting in the face of Buddies Inc. because I was like kind of feuding with them.
Yeah.
And just talking trash or whatever. And like I literally I think I thought about it like on the way to the ring to say that. Like I was gonna push them and be like, you know what you could do? You could suck my stem. And it got a huge reaction. And people like I get people will message me that.
Yeah, no, that shit is hilarious though.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing too. There's like all kinds of like angles. Like I love like the dad jokes and puns all up in your buns.
Yeah, yeah.
So like that's another angle. Like I'll cut promos and do like a bad pun.
Yeah.
Like I still have like stuff stored in my phone that I recorded over the summer that I haven't put out there yet. Of, like goofy things that like, what is this banana character doing?
I was about to say, like, how do you see, like the character evolving for you? Like,
well,
what aspects you want to add?
It's gonna, I gotta find, my next step is to find the way for the character to be taken at least seriously enough to have serious matches.
Right, facts.
Because right now it's kind of pigeonholed.
Yeah.
In a way where it's like one thing is like, the suit is a little much. Like it's a great visual, but like to wrestle in it is slightly cumbersome. And so like I think the next phase is to kind of maybe change the look a little bit, but still keep the banana aspect of it.
Right.
And so like that's kind of like are we on? Like, is this?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, for
sorry.
sure, bro. No, you're good, bro.
I just keep looking at your
Yeah.
computer.
No, for sure.
But yeah, the next step is to try and like get the character to be like seem like a credible threat,
Right,
in
right.
a way, because right now it's like it's not, and we need
Sure.
for me to like want to be able to like go further or go higher up the card, I gotta like do that.
Add that, yeah. Is that something that you kind of foresaw with the character, and were already prepared to kind of make that pivot, or is that something you kind of ran into once you started, kind of getting going?
So I don't. Do you know who Tyler from the Runway is?
I do not know.
Well, they're a great local Pittsburgh tag team. Shout out to both of you. You both are amazing. He sat me down. He's a buddy of mine, and he like was like, you have like the charisma,
Right.
you can work, and like you have like a good physique and stuff like that. But like if you want to get your character to be taken more seriously, like you gotta look more like a wrestler.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, that makes more sense.
Right.
So like I'm working on some ideas to like fix that, but I also want to do it in a storyline where it makes sense. I don't want to just show up and I'm like, wearing
I'm this guy now. Yeah,
what happened
right.
to Bamana?
Yeah, right,
Like,
right.
I think that would be an opportunity missed. Too,
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
So like at some point the banana has to peel, right?
Yeah, right.
So
100%.
leave it at that.
Yeah. What is Bamana's finisher?
It's the potassium punch.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm also working on something else too.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have the little pouch in my suit, and I pull out a banana.
Yeah.
And I basically just do a Roman Reigns Superman punch, but I'm holding the banana.
That's hilarious.
Hence potassium punch.
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah.
It gets a reaction out of people.
Right.
And it's a good storytelling device, which is all moves are.
Mm-hmm.
So
right. So just even kind of just opening the mind up. If you went the manager route, what do you think? Like, what kind of character do you think you would be as a manager?
As the banana, or just as
no,
else?
just like as like just say like you're starting from scratch and like you're like, all right, I'm gonna be a manager.
Oh, I mean the template is Paul Heyman.
Probably facts, right?
I mean,
like literally the template.
Yeah, like
right.
you either want to be Paul. If you're gonna be a manager, you either want to be Paul Heyman or Bobby Eaton.
Agreed.
Or Jim Cornette.
Yeah, or a little bit of a deeper cut. Leo Rush when he was managing Bobby Lashley, bro. I think that's some of his best work, dog.
Yeah.
But rumor has it like he probably thought the same as well, and was probably walking around
but they're all templates of
Heyman, or they're just like
someone who probably came before Heenan.
No, for sure. Like Heenan, you got Jimmy Hart for sure. Like he was a.
Like that's what I actually. I've always been really fascinated by managers who are baby faces.
Interesting,
because that's very hard to do.
It's tough.
That's true. Unless you're a very attractive woman,
right?
Seems to work.
That's true though.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
So the only one I could think of. Well, Paul Heyman can do it.
Yeah,
but that's because he's Paul Heyman.
Yeah, right. Facts.
And
Ricardo
Rodriguez, I think, was the last one.
Was he like a face manager?
When Del Rio was babyface for a brief time.
I guess so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't work very well.
You're right.
But I mean, it'll work with. Heyman's right now he's a babyface, but that's because he's Paul Heyman.
Yeah. Right.
So, and we love Paul Heyman.
Right.
So if we like. The story dictates for us to cheer him. We're gonna cheer him because that's the respect.
Paul, like even when Paul Heyman's getting booed, we're really cheering him. To be real, like let's be honest, you know what I mean?
But Paul Heyman's so great. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Love him,
that's what I'm saying. So like it's just like an appreciation for just like how good you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right?
Yeah, Paul Heyman, but to be a manager, I think that I kind of I sort of like the whole I wish that that managers even in little shows, because I'll independent shows I'll go and people come out as managers, but they're not like dressed in suits.
Yeah, right.
Like, that really annoys me.
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to like
This
is my guy.
Yeah,
this
right.
Is my
Yeah,
girl.
yeah,
this
right.
Is this,
I agree.
That.
Yeah,
I am their representative.
I
And
agree.
you're wearing like
just like a tank top or
yeah,
something. Yeah,
whatever.
right.
Like like some kind
I
of
agree.
like a Duck Dynasty shirt or
No,
something.
yeah. right.
And it's like and like that I don't like think there's really any rules in wrestling.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it's, but there's a lot of
no, but
things,
like
but that
there's
one kind of bugs me.
there's a sense of etiquette. Like there's not rules, but it's just like there's certain etiquette to certain rules. Like I am completely with you. I need that distinction of
But
like.
I guess it also depends on the character too.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
also very true. You know, that's also true. So
Yeah,
like in
it's
wrestling, I
Billy
guess it all
Jim
depends.
He was managing the Godwins and coming out and there you go. There's a babyface manager.
Who's that?
Hillbilly Jim when he was back in the New Gen era, he was managing the Godwins.
Deep cut. Yeah. Facts. Yeah,
But then
facts.
Sonny took his place.
Well, then, well, there
But,
you
you
go.
know,
Yeah,
Sonny was like the
Sonny.
first-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
First super hot babe
Sonny,
that
that's
they
what-
exploited. on
Dude, like her,
WWE.
like, bro, just like the way her whole life, pan, that's just kind of
Yeah, it's a
wild,
shame.
dog. I know, right?
Yeah.
Isn't this such a shame, man?
Yeah,
Like,
man.
it sucks, man.
all that opportunity.
I know.
That's a wrestling tragedy.
I know, honestly, yeah,
So-
that shit is crazy. So just even like looking back at it now, because like you said you started late, but was wrestling always in the cards for you? Was that something like you just kind of decided a little bit later on? Like, did you ever like even before you officially got in the ring? Like, did you always have that bug?
You know
as a
what,
fan?
man? Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, right.
But I think for the longest time I was very afraid of failure.
I mean, as we all are, bro, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, facts.
And it's like a couple of years. Well, before I started, this is the other thing too. Before I started wrestling, I had a stroke,
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
and I had some other personal things that happened to me before that I won't exactly get into.
Right.
But I had a stroke, and it was right around the time when Tyler started doing this,
Right.
and something clicked in my head because it was like, you really only get one shot at this as far as we know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm going to do this because, like, might pop up tomorrow. In fact, I've had another stroke since then. But,
Dog, holy shit.
it wasn't
man.
from wrestling.
Yeah.
Just so I'm not worrying anybody.
Yeah, right.
I have high cholesterol and I have blood clotting issues. And so those were, like, the issues that led to my strokes.
Mhm.
But, yeah, like, I think I always did want to try it, but, like, and I think that, like, man, if I would have just did it when I was 20,
Yeah.
where would I be now?
Yeah, right.
Because, like, I love the idea of traveling.
Yeah,
and all
bro.
that stuff.
Right.
And, like, the wrestler lifestyle. So
Yeah,
it's very
dog.
appealing
Dog.
to me.
It's just like it's kind of just like the new traveling circus in a sense, man. Where like you're just going to city, doing your thing. You know what I mean? Just leaving like at the end of the night to the next city. Like repeat.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, man. I that sounds awesome.
I mean, bro, right? But like, like to some people, it's just like, and like I know, prior to like the whole regime change, like there was, I mean, that WWE schedule was brutal, dog. Like you're wrestling, what, like 349 days out the year.
Yeah.
Like, and like I guess some major holidays, like if you have a lit contract that you were able to, if you're
I
like
think
one
they
of
would
those
get
guys.
Christmas off.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
they would get Christmas and New Year's off. Maybe.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah, like,
right?
whole, like, the industry is a lot safer place now.
Yeah.
And at least, barring my time, like, because like the thing is that WWE, that I'll give WWE credit in this regard because we know sometimes they don't do things the right way.
Right.
But I think they seem like they understand that they are always going to be the standard bearer.
Right. Yeah.
In what
I
is
liken
done in
them to like the
wrestling.
NFL or like the NBA of like the
Mhm.
wrestling industry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So like couple, however long it's been, they're like, no more chair shots to the head.
Yeah.
I don't see chair shots to the head even on
That's
the
true.
indie level anymore.
Damn.
And that's like,
That's true.
I mean, I'm sure that there's still people out there doing it, and if you are doing it, fucking stop. You stop it. But I appreciate that they did start to prioritize the wrestler's health.
I
more.
agree. Yeah,
And now,
same.
since the regime change has happened,
Mhm.
it's become seemingly more of a priority, and it just seems like the wrestlers seem like healthier and happier.
I agree, bro. Like,
and the product is great,
dog, right?
It's like, what do you know?
Yeah, right. Real shit.
And then you got Undertaker on there saying, "I wish there were still guns in people's bags."
Yeah.
Like, word.
Yeah. I know, right, dog?
Okay, dude.
Dog, it's just great to see him at least, and because bro, like I was talking about Holy Bike the other day, just like about how his character did not lend to any public appearances at all, bro.
Mhm.
He was literally he came out when all the lights are off, and then like he reappeared when they were on. That mystique you can't penetrate. Like in the days when like you're trying to uphold kayfabe. Kayfabe is just like like whatever character for people who don't know, it's just like they just want to preserve the mystique of a character, or just like maintain that character's reputation, for lack of a better word, but now he just seems at a point where he's just open and free, and like I feel like a lot of it is just because of the regime change, and just like the fact that he's retired, and this is speculation, I'm just fucking
Well, I'll put it like this: we all wanted Undertaker to speak up and talk for years.
Yeah.
Hope you're happy with what you got, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, I mean, kayfabe is still, in my opinion, an important thing in wrestling.
I agree.
Because wrestling only works if when we go to the show or we turn it on TV, if we all go, yeah, this is real. This is actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an agreement you make when you go see Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
Right,
know?
Facts.
And
well, now I guess it's Doom. I won't go into that, but I won't go into that, brother. But no, continue it,
over Marvel,
dog. Don't even get me started, bro. Don't even get me started,
Dude,
bro.
I do. As soon as I walked out of the theater after Endgame, I'm like, they will.
It's over.
Never
It's
top,
over. It's over. It's done. It's
They'll
done,
never top
dog.
it.
It's done.
I knew it. Then.
It's done, son. I was like you can't even even if they tried, bro. But there was a slight moment where I thought they could, because it was moments. Well, only because of and this was early on when I was still actually making an effort to see what they were driving. Yeah, I know why. But this is like when I was trying to make an effort to actually go see the movies. But the fact that Kang was at least the initial villain, I was like, okay, I think that's a good follow-up villain. I think Kang is a great villain to follow up, because he's definitely a threat. He is definitely a cosmic level, multiversal level threat. You have to, but at the same time, it's like he's not like a Thanos where he's just gonna power his way through everything. Like, I'm gonna just punch, get the stones, and just snap. Like, it's a very different approach on how you have to approach Kang. So I was curious as to how they were gonna what characters they were gonna implement, but clearly they're far removed from whatever they were even trying to do with that,
Well,
so it's
I wonder how much of I do wonder how much of Chadwick dying had an effect on that
bro,
phase,
100%. Yeah,
because
I even forgot.
they seem like they were
setting
setting him up to be the front,
at least
the
the new regime. Yeah. Facts.
And then obviously he passed away.
Yeah, that was just crazy.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, you're good, bro.
I just kind of wonder if he was still around, what would it
how much
be
would
like,
be? Yeah, for sure. It it definitely be different,
But at the same time, I still knew it. People give me guff about this. I thought the No Way Home Spider-Man movie was just meh.
Because
with
that,
bro,
bro,
it was just nostalgia baiting.
It was
Guys,
it was just fan service, bro.
It's just all it was.
It was just fan service, bro.
Yeah.
And it's I'm not gonna give the and we'll get back to your career, I promise.
It's okay, we're here now.
Bro, but just to even further your point, bro, if they didn't put Toby and Andrew in that movie, we would have been pissed. So it's we can't even give you credit for that, because that needed to be in the movie.
Right.
If you didn't do that, it's what the fuck are we doing here? I mean, so it's I'm not gonna give him credit for that. And it's just was it a terrible movie? No. But at the same time, it didn't advance any overall plot, and there was major things that happened in that movie that should have ramifications that just didn't.
I had fun watching it.
Me too. Yeah, facts.
In my opinion, if it's a truly great movie, I want to watch it again.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's so
Like-
true. Bro, I have no inclination to go back and rewatch that.
Yeah.
If I do, it'll probably be like a few years from now, to be real.
Yeah, honestly. And then what was the last Guardians movie I liked?
It was cool,
Even though,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't. It was again. It was
That was just James Gunn saying bye. Like, this is the last good, like, semi-good movie or good movie y'all are gonna
Right.
get, yo.
But like
and I'm off
everything
to-
else, like I didn't see the last Captain America that came
Nah,
out. I heard
man,
it was
yeah.
dog turd.
Yeah.
So, like, I was like, all right.
There and no blame on Anthony Mackie at all. Again, he just kind of put in the position, unfortunately, to he's got to stick his flag and just be
You
like,
gonna turn down that paycheck?
I mean, bro, you feel me? Like, bro, from his
You
standpoint, it's
turn
like
down that Disney money?
from his standpoint, it's like I don't give a fuck what y'all think of the movie. You know what I mean? The check cleared. So
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
you
That is
feel me?
exactly.
So I just even want to get your perspective, bro. Just again, you've been playing or not playing, but like you created the Bamana character a little less than a year, or like a little over a year.
Mhm.
What's your favorite aspect about the Bamana character, like at this point?
I mean, for me, it always comes back to the crowd interaction.
Right.
Playing with the crowd, getting a reaction out of them. I mean, I know I'm capable of going out there and having like a good, solid wrestling match.
Yeah.
And at this point in my career, like if I'm with someone who's really good, I think we can do something really good. But like, honestly, like just interacting with the crowd, like getting a rise out of them, and like doing the entrance and throwing out the bananas and dancing with the kids and all that stuff, and like there was a moment recently I had a match, and Matt Flash, who's our ring announcer.
Yeah.
Now, like when I do my entrance, I'll get in the ring and I'll do like my poses, my little double arm flexes.
Yeah.
But he was standing in the middle of the ring, like right where I was supposed to do it.
Okay.
And I could have been, if I was a heel.
Yeah. Right.
I'd be like, get the fuck out of my spot.
Yeah.
But I just went up and hugged him real quick, and he hugged me back.
Yeah.
It was like this cute little moment.
Yeah.
He moved aside and let me do my poses.
Right.
And I just like a little thing like that.
Right.
Is like that. That's like little things like that will get you, from what I've seen in all the years I've watched wrestling, little things like that will get you over, like almost as much as like the big spots. Like, can you imagine if like CM Punk cut the pipe bomb promo and he didn't look like he was about to kill everybody in that arena?
Right.
You
Just
know
like,
what I mean?
This place needs change.
Yeah,
Like,
he came up there all smiley face, like,
Yeah.
I'm not happy.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Right.
Everything is terrible.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
like,
100%.
Like you gotta feel it and believe it, and just like constantly be on.
Right.
When you're out there.
Facts.
Like, so like if I'm out in the crowd and I'm in the suit, I'm that character.
Yeah.
It's kind of a strange thing to play with when I'm not in the suit and like people want to enter. That's what I mean by kayfabe.
Yeah.
Like when you're in the character, you got to be that character.
100%.
But then like sometimes the lines get blurred and all those things, but
Yeah.
like it's very distinct.
Right.
With me anyway.
No. Right. Yeah.
So-
Right. Yeah. It's very night and day.
Right.
Have you wrestled outside of Pittsburgh yet, or?
No.
Okay.
I haven't. I'd
right.
like to. I've had opportunities to jump in some cars, but like, I mean, I work full time.
Yeah.
And like, that's just not an opportunity that hasn't happened for me yet. I'd
Yeah.
like to though.
How is it balancing, just like a full time job and like wrestling?
I find a way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and now I have the new relationship too that is obviously very important and
Right.
want to include
Right.
in my life, and but she understands that like this is important to me.
Yeah.
This is something I want to do. Is kind of actually, so we met through Bumble, and she messaged me this. Babe, I'm sorry, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was this gif of bananas
Yeah.
or something, like a banana, like some kind of superhero
Yeah.
using like a banana or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, she gets it.
Yeah.
She gets it. 'Cause,
Right.
like, I mean, I gotta have the picture of me as Bamana
Have
on
to.
the Bumble.
Have to.
I don't know if anybody's watching through that camera.
Yeah. Have to. That's hilarious.
But yeah, so
You just find a way to make it work.
that's it.
Yeah.
If you really care about something, you'll
Facts.
find a way to make it work.
Right, dog. No, and that's just, I feel like, and wrestling and hip hop just really go hand in hand, honestly, just because of, again, it's just like a grinding lifestyle. I mean, like, we talk about all the time, like in like the early days of hip hop, and like, even nowadays, dog, like you can have like a top song on the charts and still got to clock into your job like the next day. And like, but like you're someone who has a song on the, number like 1 spot, 2 spot on the Billboard.
Did you ever hear, I think it was Akon who told the story about Eminem and how he approaches going into the studio?
Nah.
I'm saying the story verbatim, but basically he said like Eminem treats it like a 9 to 5.
Right.
He shows up at 9 o'clock. He'll work until about noon.
Yeah.
Then he takes an hour for lunch.
Yeah.
Comes back, and at 5 o'clock he leaves.
Yeah.
He's like,
real shit. Yeah.
And he's like, and like Akon was like, how do you do it? Like,
yeah,
that's it's a job.
Yeah.
Like,
Right. Yeah. Facts.
Approach it like that.
Honestly.
And that's true. Like we had a meeting at 880 recently, and like we talked about like how this is kind of a job.
No, I mean it. Yeah, facts. So, like, it's not a traditional job, but it is a job.
Well, it's a job where like the money can come in and out.
Yeah,
but,
like, for sure.
But like you gotta, if you care about it. I mean, we all care about paying our bills. So that's why we go to our jobs.
Right.
But like, this is supposed to be fun.
Yeah. Right.
So like, and it is fun.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you just gotta find time for it. Like, I don't know if I have time for much else, but then again, I don't really think I need much else in my life right now.
Fair enough, bro. I mean, like, I feel you, bro. Like, as long, again, you got your girl doing what you love, can pay your bills, bro. I mean, I don't know. I don't need much out of life. You feel me? Like, I don't need much.
I'm telling you, man. Like, the key to life is being content.
Right.
Because like,
you gotta meet yourself where you're at.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like happiness. What we all want happiness,
right.
But like, sometimes it's a little bit tough to achieve all the time.
Yeah, right.
Like you gotta
That's a good point.
To, like, look at your life and be like, you know what?
I'm all right. Yeah, facts. Yeah.
You know, like people ask me all the time, do I have any aspirations to go to WWE? Like if WWE called me right now, of course.
Yeah,
but
right.
Like,
not necessarily chasing that dragon.
That's
yeah,
right. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, right.
And that's totally
that's cool.
fine.
Yeah, facts. 100%. Where so like what would you say, not where, but like what would you say is the strongest part of your skill set as it stands right now?
Working the crowd.
Okay, yeah. I mean, for sure, you can definitely know how to work crowd. Definitely.
That comes from a lot of like my improv comedy training.
There you go.
Like I made stuff up, in front of crowds like for, like 10 years.
That's crazy.
And so like being in front of a crowd is like, and working them is not, it's not a hard thing for me personally. We could always, everybody, no matter if you're the greatest wrestler ever or not, we could all get better in the ring.
100%.
Yeah. So always constantly working on the craft.
Yeah.
You know, with that. But
right.
But if you ask me like what can I do best, it's like work the crowd.
Yeah. Dope. No, I mean like I definitely can tell, you know what I mean? Cuz like, you know, just the way you interact and, you know, the way you again just, you know, go about just even with your entrance alone, you know what I mean? It's just like even that whole just kind of vibe it is very apparent.
Yeah, bro, it's all meant to be inviting.
Yeah, right.
And I think even if you were a heel, there's like aspects that like you have to be inviting. I'm inviting you to boo me.
Right.
You know, it's like, or in my case as a baby face, I'm inviting you to cheer for me.
Right.
And I'm a guy in a banana suit who seems like he likes to party.
Right.
And like likes to have a good time.
Right.
And like, yeah, you gotta like be that.
Yeah,
person.
right.
You
yeah,
be
facts.
Cuban Pete,
Yeah, right. So. Who would you say you know, just like inspires you in the world of wrestling? Could be managers, could be, you know, a little bit of a loaded question, you know, but
I mean, I mean, Bret Hart is my hero.
Yeah.
Like, he would probably hate, but man.
Yeah.
He would probably hate.
Yeah, right.
But he was my hero. I love Bret Hart.
What about Bret? Because for me, I think it was just like such a like his in-ring work were just put on such a pedestal.
Yeah, well,
you know?
his in-ring work, it was impeccable.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
He's so smooth that it's almost like you could almost take it for granted. Like I
feel like him and Randy, like Randy's son is
the
fucking
second generation guys,
yeah, dog.
Because they were like
they grew up in
like they just like
they just get it, bro.
They
Like
just
it's in their blood, like you know.
I hope that like if I could ever hit like a backbreaker as smooth as Bret Hart hits it, like I could probably retire.
Right.
But like there was also just something like I appreciate someone who is like not afraid to be themselves.
Right.
And even when Bret was a heel and he was kind of like whiny and like, you know, but like that was him.
Yeah.
Like that's, you know, and like CM Punk is another guy, and like, you know, we talked earlier about John Cena, but like I think that there is a lot of that in him.
Yeah. No. I agree. I agree.
That like there's that side where he's like the, you know, trash talking meathead from Boston.
Right.
Also the guy who wants to do good by being
100%. Right. Yeah.
And I think that like so like people like I also like love people who came from the bottom. Like Becky Lynch is one of my
shout out to Becky. Yeah,
like,
definitely.
People in wrestling, like Dr. Britt Baker is someone who I really love. Some people might whatever.
Yeah.
But I think Zach Gowen. Like
wow,
there's a deep cut for y'all.
That's
like,
a super
the dude
deep
wrestled
cut
with one
against Brock Lesnar, son. Against Brock Lesnar, bro.
That's
dog.
Crazy.
That is actually fucking nuts,
That's
dog.
Crazy.
That is actually fucking bro. Fucking what an example, dog. Because even at the time, like again, it was just the fact that he obviously had one leg and he was in the ring that just kind of stuck me. But just even kind of growing older, and just like even learning now what I know about the industry, bro. Like. Him going up against Brock Lesnar, bro.
Brock Lesnar beat the fuck out of him.
Bro, like a steel chair was involved in that match too.
He took a chair shot right to the head from
dog.
Nah,
Lesnar. Bro, that shit was different. And shout out to Zach Allen, man. Wherever you are, bro. Man. Really, like, man. Like I don't have like you have your literal own lane with that, bro. No one would even have the balls to do what you did, bro. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, like
it's people with two legs that don't want to wrestle Brock Lesnar, son.
Dude,
like
the dude. I don't know how long he was with the company at that time. Maybe a couple months, but he wrestled Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
He wrestled Vince McMahon. Teamed with a lot of problematic names I'm throwing out there, but teamed with Chris Benoit.
I know, right? I know.
But like, you know,
I didn't see.
Fucking leg.
Yeah, dog.
He was skinny as
crazy.
Hell.
Yeah, man. Really know it's that's what I'm saying.
Incredible.
Real shit, dog. Real shit.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna do that.
Hell yeah.
They'll never hire one
bro.
wrestler again.
No, bro. I know.
Wrong,
yeah,
but they never will.
Bro. I mean, I agree. Just from just a liability standpoint. You know, they just don't want to get caught up in nothing. Like
I know, man.
Yeah.
Like so.
But shout out to them for even giving them that opportunity, especially in that era too, where it's just like like I feel like that era was just like. They wouldn't even have thought about, putting a dude with one leg in the ring at all.
Well,
like,
I mean, it was probably worked into like Vince's weird fascination.
With, yeah, right.
Like bullying people who are less than him. But it's
shit.
Like, bitch, you're the one writing his check.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, right.
And I mean, like that's incredible. Like, I mean, Steve Austin. Like, I mean. Anybody who gets in this business is inspiring to me.
Bro,
it is hard.
Bro, it's because I liken it to UFC as far as like, bro, like if you get in the octagon, like you're taking a punch, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I respect it just from like just like how you would respect almost like a gladiator. You know what I mean? It's just like, listen, if you're willing to step into this environment and perform in front of people like in this fashion, you already have my respect.
I don't really get down on UFC too often, but
Yeah.
anytime I'm at a bar and there's fights going on,
Yeah.
there's always one guy who's like, I could fucking take it. I'm like, no, you can't.
Like fucking 8 PBRs deep. Like,
I
yeah.
know, like, if I was younger.
Right. A man who's trained his whole life and his family depends on him winning this match.
Right,
Like, yeah.
exactly. Like,
It's like, you could take him.
Forever.
Right.
Forget it, man.
Off the top of your head, bro, what's some of your favorite matches you've been in so far?
Of mine or
Yeah.
just
No. Of yours, yeah.
I had a match with Cowpoke.
Yeah, bro. That was a while ago, right? Like 6 months back.
I think that might have been my second or third match.
Yeah, one of your first. It's crazy.
Yeah. And he was so giving and so kind. I actually had a match recently with Remy LeVay.
Okay.
Who, again, was so giving and so, like, and these are guys who've been in the business a long time.
Correct.
And, like, were so, cool with everything and so, like, yeah, that's a great idea, blah, blah, blah. Because, like, I also think I'm at that point in my life where, well, in my career where I'm the young guy with, like, all the great ideas.
Yeah, right.
And
kid in the candy shop.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, that's cool, and they let me. They go along with, like, what I want.
Yeah.
I had a tag match with the Department of the Department
DOJ.
of
Yeah, facts.
DOJ.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And with Sammy was my tag partner, and it was just this house show match, but like it was kind of built around me in a way. Like I got to come out and cut a promo. It was the one match that my mother came to see.
Oh, dope. Nice.
And we had a really good match, and it was kind of great because, like, around that time I was, like, kind of a little frustrated with things.
Yeah.
But, like, having that match was, like, really, like, made me feel good. We did another kind of house show thing, and Brandon St. James, shout out to Brandon St. James. It was me, this wrestler named Luca, and Blair, and it was the four of us, and we were like, worked like this.
El Luca. Okay, yeah. Okay, is it okay? Yeah. I just want to make sure, like, I was gonna know, like, the right person. Yeah, no, for sure.
Or Andrew.
Yeah.
Shout out Andrew.
Yeah.
But we sort of, like, organically, because it was like 2 wrestling matches, and then there was going to be a third wrestling match, and in between was going to be these bands. And this was at the old,
interesting. Okay.
This is at the old New Ken location.
Oh, okay.
And we just sort of organically came up with, like, this show-long storyline where, like, I wrestled Brandon in the beginning, and Brandon was the heel, and he came out and he cut this promo, and he was like, and Brandon's like a legit punk, punk
right.
guy,
right,
guy,
yeah.
And he's like, and there's all these punk kids that are there to see these bands,
right.
And he goes out there and he's like, and they're kind of starting to cheer him because he looks like
yeah, right, sure.
And he cuts a promo on them, and it's like, you guys aren't real punks and all this stuff, and then I come out as the banana, and everyone's like, what the fuck, a banana, and and we had this great match, and he's the heel, so he cheats to win.
Right.
So then Luca and Blair are having their match, and Brandon comes in and interferes and ruins their match. So, like, and so then him and Luca start beating up Blair, and then I come out and, like, save Blair, and then I cut this promo, like, we should have a tag match. And then we closed the show with us having a tag match, and the whole thing was, like, at the beginning when Brandon and I first wrestled, he refused to shake my hand, but then at the end of our tag match, he shook my hand.
That's fire.
And I was like, man, we really fucking killed it. And it was just so organic.
Yeah, right. Everything came together.
We didn't really plan the way that happened. It was just like, we only planned, like, me and Brandon were wrestling, Luca and Blair were wrestling, but then, like, the whole story came together. So now it felt like an episode of Raw in a weird way.
Yeah.
Like, and I was really, really proud of that.
Some of the best shit creatively, bro, just comes unplanned.
Yeah.
And like, even speaking of that, bro, what is your perspective on calling on the fly versus sitting down and laying out your match?
It depends on what you're trying to achieve. It depends on your level of skill. Like, I don't think I could go out there and just completely call a match on the fly. at this point.
I mean, it's super difficult, and it's just like it's
You gotta
fucking
have,
insane.
You gotta have the years.
Yeah,
you
facts.
gotta have the time in.
Yeah, for sure.
And, I mean, I think I could do it. I've had to call things on the fly,
Right.
But I think but it also depends on what you're trying to get across, what your story is. I prefer, like, I have a personal rule that, like, I don't take I don't take a move for the first time during a match. Like, if I were to, like, let's say, like, take a power bomb.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a power bomb.
Fair
for the
play.
first
Yeah.
Ever
At the match. Yeah.
We're gonna practice that move.
Fair play.
Match.
Yeah. Fair
So,
play.
like,
Fair play.
Yeah, like, so that's my rule. Like, anybody I'm working with, they want to do, like, I did a match recently. They wanted to do, like, a superplex spot off the top rope, and I was like, I've never taken a superplex before.
Yeah,
and it's like,
I would like to
be
practice.
fine. I'm like, not until we do it first.
Yeah. I was like, I would like to practice that. Yeah,
and they totally took care of me.
I would like to practice the superplex. Like,
yeah. I want to make sure that I'm going to be okay.
Right.
Because then I could be like,
for real. So, yeah, dog. Yeah, I mean, bro, just even taking that bump is probably even crazy. Like,
it was Clayton. Shout out to Clayton. He did it, and he took good care of me, and he, made sure that I was okay.
Yeah.
And again, it also depends on who you're with. Like, I've luckily I haven't been with anybody who's, like, been kind of forceful.
Yeah.
But I've heard stories about, wrestlers not caring about the health and safety of other wrestlers.
Well, that's pretty
well.
It's fucked up.
It is. You're giving your body over.
Right. Exactly.
But, like, Bret Hart claims that he never hurt anybody in a ring, and I want to be that. I want to be that too. I don't want to ever hurt anybody in the ring.
Bret Hart's actually the opposite. He likens he attributes his career ending when it did to one person.
To Goldberg, yeah.
To one person injured.
Although he stiffed the fuck.
Yeah.
He clobbered him. But
No.
that was a cumulative, a bunch of.
So he made it his mission to be, every time I'm on camera,
hates Bill.
I'm gonna throw shade on Bill Goldberg at the end of the day.
Even at the height of Drake and Kendrick, I was like,
Kendrick don't
hate Drake as much as
Bret Hart hates
Goldberg.
That's a whole. That's hilarious, dog. Yo, Matt, thank you so much for coming up, bro.
Thanks for having me, man.
It was fucking a pleasure, man, just talking to you about wrestling, your career, nerd shit too, But this is the part in the pod where the floor is yours as far as if you want to, promote any shows coming up. I know Thursday Night Fights is tomorrow. So, if you want to, let people know where that at, what time that's at, where people can find you on any socials if you want, people to follow you. But yeah, man, again, thank you so much for coming up. And the floor is yours, bro.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah. Every Thursday Night Fights, 880 Wrestling. Damn it, I can't remember the name of the address. Sorry, MV, don't kill me. We're located on the south side, but you can definitely find us on Instagram at 880 Wrestling. Let me double check that to confirm. Yes, 880 Wrestling. That's one word. And if you want to find my personal social media, Matthew C. Grant, all one word, all lowercase on Instagram. And if you want to follow the Banana, because he has his own thing, it's just Banana Wrestling, all lowercase. All my skits and weird ideas are on there, and it's been a pleasure.
Absolutely, man. Listen,
and if you don't like that, you can suck my stem.
Here we go, man. Listen, MIC Podcast episode 156 got Matthew C. Grant in the building, the Potassium Prodigy, and we're out, bro. Peace.